Hachette Audio presents The Writer, written by James Patterson and J.D. Barker, read by Peter Ganem. Then. Chapter 1. Log 10/18/2018, 1858 EDT. Transcript, audio recording. Detective Declan Shaw. Maggie Marshall. Voice unidentified. Yeah, 14 years old, student at Barrett's Academy. She went, I know who she is. We've all had eyes out for her since the Amber Alert. Transcriber, for the record, Maggie Marshall was reported missing 2.5 days ago by her mother. Last seen leaving school, and she never made it home. She's been all over the news. The whole city's looking. Has she been touched or moved in any way? No, that's exactly how she was found. Electrical repair team found her? Yeah. Where are they? We're holding them at 86th Street. Central Park Precinct? Yeah. Okay. Give me a little space. We've had rain the last 3 nights. She's lying in the mud about a foot off the northeast exterior wall of Blockhouse in Central Park, severely bloated and discolored from exposure. Same shoulder-length brown hair as in the photo circulated. Do you have positive ID? We found her backpack in the bushes over there, student ID card inside, and her name is written in a few of the textbooks. It's her. We'll confirm ID back at the ME office, but high probability this is Maggie Marshall. Aside from her left sock, she is naked from the waist down. I have eyes on her jeans, other sock, and shoes, all discarded randomly about 4 feet from her body. Left sock is still in place. Her underwear is twisted around the base of her left foot. The ground immediately around her has been severely disturbed. Even with the standing water, maybe because of it, I can see deep indents on either side of her where it's clear he stood over her. There are also trenches approximately 6 to 8 inches in width, both on her sides and between her legs. They appear to be marks left by our unsub's knees. There are obvious signs of struggle, kick marks and gouges in the mud and dirt around her feet and hands, almost like she tried to dig out from under him. 12 seconds of silence. I can see clear bruising around her neck, consistent with a single hand, right, about the same size as mine. Thumbprint begins about 1.5 inches to the left of the hyoid bone, with the other 4 fingers rounding the right side. He used a single-hand grip. There was another large bruise directly above her navel, giving the impression he held her down with his knee. Additional bruising visible on the undersides of her wrists. If he strangled her with his right hand, he most likely pinned both her hands above her head with his left hand as he did it. It's clear from the surrounding ground she put up a struggle, but she didn't stand much of a chance. Both eyes are bloodshot. Petechiae in the right supports strangulation. This is an isolated spot, but why the hell didn't anyone hear her screaming? She must have screamed. Upon closer examination of her hands, her fingernails are caked with dirt from clawing at the ground. It's possible she scratched her attacker, but retrieval of trace may prove to be problematic. We've got a mess of footprints. We'll get elimination prints from all first responders and the crew that found her. Maybe we'll get lucky. 9 seconds of silence. Where's that backpack? Over here. Shuffling. Transcriber, confirming for the record we've got a student ID in the front flap of the backpack for Barrett's Academy, reading Margaret Marshall. 3 textbooks inside, got some math homework, and a paperback copy of Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. Library card being used as a bookmark at page 97 also reads Margaret Marshall. Detective, you'll want to see this. Shuffling. 18 seconds of silence. Hey, get a few pictures of this before we move it. Up close and at a distance to establish proximity. Get these tracks around it, too. Unintelligible. Then, goddamn rain. We've got a citizen watch. Old. Tan face with a tachymeter bezel. Brown leather stitched band. Looks like the top pin broke. Fell off the owner's wrist. It's a wind-up and still ticking, which means it was lost recently. Surrounding tracks appear similar, possibly the same as the ones around Maggie. Fresher, though. With the rain, less than 24 hours old. You think your guy came back? Maybe he came back to move her or something. Could be he just wanted to revisit. They do that. Based on the tracks, looks like he stood here and... Ah, there it is. Cigarette butt. Bag that. Fucker stood here and smoked? Looks like it. There's an inscription on the back of the watch. It says, Lucky. Second voice, unidentified. I think I know who that belongs to. You do? Robert Mortar, head of Park Services. You recognize this watch? Mortar. Not the watch, the name. Lucky. We've got a guy on grounds crew who goes by Lucky. End of recording. /MG/GTS. Now. Chapter 2. Declan Shaw was a good cop. Is a good cop, he tells himself. Because, until he actually jumps, he is still living in the present tense. And that's the rub, right? Anyone can find a deserted subway station. Anyone can inch up to the edge of the platform and wait for the next train. But how many can actually work up the balls to launch themselves from the platform to the tracks? There is a science to it. Jump too early and you'll end up under the train. Too late and you're bouncing off the side. The key is to be in the air, meet the metal head on. No pain, just lights out. The 81st Street Station is a dirty little secret known to New York's finest. It's directly under the Museum of Natural History on the ABC lines, and once the museum closes for the night, the platform becomes a ghost town. Also, a suicide hotspot. Few trains stop. Most speed up as they shoot through because there is a tacit understanding among engineers. If you're going to hit a jumper, and odds of that are high at the 81st, you want to do it quick. The faint rumble of a train in the tunnel, maybe a minute out. Do it, you pussy. You're bleeding all over the nice white paint. Declan's voice sounds foreign to him, and the second the words leave his mouth, he gets all self-conscious about it. Like talking to himself is the craziest thing in his life at the moment. Like that is where all concerned observers should be pointing their fingers. The blood is coming from a cut on his hand. Nothing too serious, just a scrape, but enough to make a mess of the metal pipe above his head, the one he's been holding for the better part of an hour. Without letting go, he inches closer to the edge of the pavement and stops when his shoes are half on, half off the concrete. Declan tests the angle, the balance, tenses his leg muscles, relaxes, tenses again, draws an oily, humid breath, lets it coat his throat when he swallows. The train grows louder. In his 14 years with NYPD, Declan knows of 4 other cops who died in this very spot, probably holding the same damn pipe. There's no plaque or commemorative photo on the wall, but when he closes his eyes, he can feel them standing right there with him. He can hear them quietly counting down the seconds until that train emerges from the tunnel. He can feel their hands on him, ready to give him a little shove, a little encouragement. Ain't no thing, one of them mutters. We got you. Bend your knees. Makes it easy.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?